Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the South Stand reaction in what has just been a very, very loud Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton have beaten Crystal Palace 2-1. I honestly didn't think that was going to be the case at half-time when we were 1-0 down after what was a very poor first half. Obviously, David Moyes decided to play Tyler Diblin, Barry, Grealish and Njai. And it just didn't work really. Barry didn't give us enough at the top end of the pitch. He just didn't stretch them enough, and Diblin never really give us anything on the right hand side. He never, only a couple of times did he get past the wing back. The way they played with obviously with wing backs, it really didn't give us much space, and we didn't switch the ball fast enough. Really, in the first half we were so slow, whereas they've got power and pace, and they used that. You know, our defenders couldn't get out of our own half, where their defenders were getting, their centre-backs were getting into our half because they've got pace at the back. It's the difference, and I think that pace showed in the first half. We were really poor in the first half, and they took the lead, counter-attacking us, got 2-on-1 on their right-hand side, our left-hand side, and they finished it well. And they deserved it. They were deservedly 1-0 at half-time. We just couldn't. We made one opportunity. I think a ball was flashed across the box that Barry couldn't get any contact on, and we just couldn't get going at all. It was really, really poor. You know, I think in the first half it showed all our deficiencies, what we need to improve on. We need two full-backs. We need two full-backs with pace who can get up and down the pitch, who add an attacking element to the game, and it pins the opposition back. We need someone in midfield who can get hold of the ball, and it was so noticeable that playing three attackers behind the centre forward meant that we were one light in midfield, and James Garner and Jesse Garner-Gay couldn't cope with their runners, sadly. And everything we do is just side to side. We never go through the middle. Barry's got a lot to do, and I said before the game I think it was in the starting 11, that I wanted to see Barry just start stretching them, and he just didn't do that today. He looks miles off it, and again, he hasn't played loads of minutes, but when you're struggling for goals and you need a centre forward to do that, it's not ideal. Everton fans aren't we're not the most patient fans, and there's 50,000 of us in here, or nearly 50,000. We're not patient fans, and in this day and age, of course you've got to be patient with players. Of course you have to be. The only way we're going to get players to grow, to buy those kind of players, is by having patience. But because the backups, certainly centre forward, isn't that great, it is tough. It is tough for every fan to be paid when we've seen Beto equally not having a great game. So it's a bit of a worry. At half time he made a couple of changes. He brought Beto on, but the more important one was Carlos Alcaraz. And Carlos Alcaraz, what he did straight away was he gave us energy. He started winning his battles in midfield. He was breaking the lines. He was getting forward. He was getting up there with Beto, and arguably these two are probably the best combinations together at times, with Beto and Carlos Alcaraz. We saw that last season, and they started working in tandem. Beto started running the channels, he started to get forward, he started to push their backline back, which meant that their whole team had to go backwards, and it got us up the pitch. We got a little bit more control of the game. We could play with a little bit more intensity, knowing that we had an out ball, which is so important. And we started to get into the final third, and you know, we didn't make loads of chances, but we got the penalty, and Tim Irabuna had come on, pushed. You know, we'd got on the wrong side of the defender, and I don't think the defender tried to take him out, but he has took him out, and it's a penalty, and Njai's got us back to 1-1. And from then on, there was only really one team who were ever going to win it. They looked knackered. They looked out on their legs, and we kept on going. We kept on going. And we had a couple of moments, we kept the ball alive, and a little bit of class. Carlos Alcaraz played a lovely little ball into Njai. Njai's done a little double, you know, he's done his little, I'll go one way, he's gone the other way, put a great ball in. And Beto really should be scoring, let's be honest. He should be absolutely burying it. People say it was a good save. I think he should be burying that. And luckily enough, as they've gone to clear, Jack Grealish has been on hand to put it into the back of the net. Jack Grealish had his moments in the game, but obviously that's his first goal for Everton. What I did notice about Jack Grealish today, taking a lot more shots. Had a couple of shots on target that the keeper saved, but at least he's shooting more. And the whole place went ballistic. The first last minute winner in Hill Dickinson. It's our first one, and again, Crystal Palace, what a team to do it against. A team we've been unbeaten, but a team that we've done this to before, obviously and famously. And the place just went mad. There was 8 minutes added on. I think that was in the 5th minute, and we played till the 112th minute, which I just don't get. Yes, there was the celebrations for the goal. Yes, there was the subs. But how on earth it's dragged on that long, I'll never know. I think Jordan Pickford had to make a save towards the end. I think he had to make a save. I just know the ball cannoned towards the goal and it went the other way. But we've held on for a big win, and that is a big win. That is a big win, because if Everton had been beaten today, you'd look at the table and think that's not a good start to the season. By winning today, keeping the unbeaten record going, 2 wins, 2 draws at Hill Dickinson, it looks like a much better start to the season. There are issues. Let's not gloss over them. You know, the players that have come in, the younger players, it hasn't been the greatest start for them in terms of minutes, in terms of what they've done on the pitch. As I said before, that word patience isn't synonymous with Everton fans. It just isn't, and I'm one of them. I'll hold my hand up. I am one of those people who does struggle for patience. Because you just want to see your team win. You want to see your team win, don't you, all the time? Anytime you can, you want to see your team win. But we've got through being 1-0 behind against a good Palace team that, listen, they had a few chances. I think the one where they've gone round Jordan Pickford and they've just put it wide, that was the big moments. If that had gone 2-0 there, then it would have been curtains, I think, for Everton. But we've rode that out, we've rode some out. Michael Keane's gone off as well, and he'd been playing really well up to that point as well. He'd been playing really well, Michael Keane, probably our best defender, and he's gone off injured. There's been a reshuffle. The reshuffle might have helped us, actually. It might have. Jacob Brien going into defence, James Garner going in at right back. I think that might have helped us go forward. As I said, not digging anyone out, but I do believe that Everton, if we want to progress as a team, that full-back area is such a massive place. Massive place where we need to improve on as an Everton team. It's so key. But listen, we've got the 3 points. Huge win for Everton with some tough games coming up. And as I said, everyone in here today, we've got here through the wind and the rain and the sunshine and everything else, is just delighted to see Everton get the 3 points. And it's a big story because Palace haven't been beaten for 6 months and we've beaten them. So listen, they look a good side, and at times of the game you were like, this is what we need to do. We need players, we need pace. But like Everton sometimes do, ultimately we have been the ones who have got the 3 points. So big win, delighted. Check out all our other videos. Thank you for watching. See you later.